Hi, I'm JJ Chandler, and this is my video response for the ISTC 717 Module 3, Teachers and Learners at a Distance. For the first part, I'm going to address characteristics of a successful distance learner. So the needs of a distance learner are flexibility. Online learners have many different responsibilities like full-time jobs and family obligations. They need computer and internet access. I have a summer course, a hybrid course, and one of my students doesn't even have a computer at home. He has to go to the library or use open lab time to get his work done. And finally, comfort with technology. The Song article mentioned that students who are comfortable with technology were much more successful when it came to their online courses. Some different learning styles. Active learning. An online course requires active engagement of the material through basic activities like talking, listening, writing, reading, and reflecting, and exploiting technology, both as learning styles and teaching styles. A willingness to engage new technology is important. That includes mobile technology, video technology, virtual reality, and even game environments. As far as learner beliefs, the most important is believing that quality learning can happen online. If you don't think that can happen, you're less likely to engage your course to the fullest. My favorite quote from the faculty e-commons video is, "You get out of a learning environment what you put into it." In terms of learner attitudes, a willingness to share. Distance education takes advantage of personal knowledge and experiences, and students need to be willing to share that. Self-motivation, self-disciplined attitudes. This came out over and over again throughout the readings and videos this week. And finally, a willingness to speak up if problems arise. Online courses, you don't have as much teacher oversight to catch when problems are coming up early, and students need to be willing to seek out assistance when necessary. And finally, learner knowledge and skills. Basic computer skills are important just for accessing the course and managing files. Time management skills for setting up daily, weekly routines to get activities completed and assignments in on time. And finally, written communication. Distance education is predominantly text-based, so students need to be comfortable expressing themselves in writing. And finally, understanding copyright, fair use, public domain, and how to quote and reference resources is important as part of their written skills. As far as the characteristics of a successful distant teacher, teacher needs include a willingness to re-examine their teaching methods. Online is not the same as face-to-face, and teachers need to look at what their course goals, activities, and assessments are going to be. And they need a certain amount of comfort with technology. Part of the technological role of instructor will be to provide technical assistance to your students. The PSU video mentioned technology aptitude. You have to be competent with technology to teach online. Different teaching styles, team versus solo instruction. No longer are we approaching teaching as one instructor for a class. Is actually working with a group. So you may have an instructional designer, graphic designer, a facilitator, and even administrators involved in teaching. Transmission versus constructivist. We're not teaching face-to-face where it's a lecture transmitting information. You're now online with a group of students constructing knowledge. Community-driven teaching styles. We talked about this in the previous weeks. It was mentioned over and over throughout the readings this week. And finally, exploiting technology. Just like as a learning style, we expect students to use technology. Instructors need to be willing to engage technology in their courses. As far as teaching beliefs, belief that external resources are valid. From the EduCause video, the quote, "Everything doesn't need to be contained in the LMS or the textbook. It's okay to use resources from the web in your courses." It's not seen as a poor resource, a poor academic source. Don't be afraid to fail. Just as you fail in your face-to-face classes, things don't always go as planned, it's going to happen online, and that's okay. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Again, this is part of the community-based teaching practice. If you're going to work in a team, be willing to reach out to others for help when you feel you need it. And finally, online is not the same as face-to-face. Things are still very new online, and not all the methods used in a face-to-face course are going to transfer to this new space. In terms of teacher attitudes, a willingness to engage the course, so logging in regularly, giving regular student feedback. This is part of the community building. being open to change. You're going to grow from this experience, whether it's face-to-face or online. Teaching is a craft. And finally, fun, playfulness, and the unexpected. Doing things different can energize students. And finally, teacher knowledge and skills. The Song article mentions strong course design skills was really important to leading to student satisfaction. Management skills, organizational, procedural, and administrative tasks for managing the classroom. The PSU video mentioned understanding the operational mechanics of an online course, as well as managing faculty workload. And finally, knowledge of the TEACH Act. Teachers have unprecedented access to copyright protected materials, and this requires special attention. So that concludes my video response. I hope you've enjoyed it. These are the references that I've used, and I will see you all online soon.